Oh, I don't have anything witty to say about this one. Captain's log, stardate 73432. The training programme for the upcoming Galaxy-class Starship is due to commence within a few short months. Starfleet Command have issued senior officers a guide to the inner workings of what is to be our new home. Frankly, I'm hoping there's going to be a bit more to it, but sometimes you just gotta suck it up and make do with what you have. This here is the Star Trek Interactive Technical Manual, released by Simon & Schuster Interactive in 1994. Much like the National Geographic CD we looked at a few days ago, it's another one of these interactive CD-ROMs, except this time we've got a lot more full motion video. I'm afraid to say that while I definitely call myself a fan of Star Trek, I'm not a nerd. So if you were hoping for a video packed with references, you're in the wrong place. Only a worthless patak would care for such toys anyway. Start the program up and you get a nice recording from Margelle Barrett introducing you to what you're about to face. Weirdly, the computer assumes you've already had a go at this at least once, because it always asks if you want to
resume from a previously saved tour file or begin again.
There are two ways you can go about the manual. The first is the guided tour, and the second is explore. They're both identical, except one of them has the computer explain everything to you.
Exterior view of the Galaxy-class Starship USS Enterprise NCC-1701-D.
Essentially what you get here is a load of photos of the sets and props used in Star Trek The Next Generation. Mostly the sets. There are 360-degree photos of each room aboard the Enterprise D, and navigating them is a little like using Google Street View. Pretty ahead of its time, I have to say. Unfortunately, it all takes place in this tiny window, made even tinier by my 1024x768 display. A tough little window to see. Navigating around the ship is a different matter. First you select a room, then you can either jump or transit. Jump is boring because you just warp straight there. Transit, on the other hand, shows a video of how someone would walk to the room. Except, as far as I'm aware, no Starfleet officer makes this noise when in motion. Fascinating. If you look close enough, there are also bits and bobs from the show that can be found around the place. Picard's uniform, Worf's bat'leth, which they seem to have misspelled twice, Geordi's red thing, and Livingston can all be observed. From a distance, of course, because the zoom button is about as useful as Q the Desperate. There really isn't a lot more to add. If you're a Star Trek nerd, and I don't mean that in a derogatory fashion, there is a lot to be enjoyed here. Just be prepared for a lot of reading. Verdict: they can't even get plain tomato soup right. Hard copy right there.